All right, so we are making the Energy Bite lab planning sheet today. So by the end of the period, you should have this all filled out just like I do. So I'm going to demonstrate how to make it. All right, so you're going to name 3 things that you should do before getting out any equipment or ingredients out, and then fill out the other 2. So I'm going to get my wash water ready, my dishwashing area. So it should look like the following. In this sink, I will put this, and it just goes right in. I'm going to start filling it up with hot water. Again, my dishwashing steps are right here. So start filling it up with water. 2 pumps of soap. Might not seem like a lot, but it will be fine. We're going to leave this one empty, and I'm going to get a towel and my drying rack or my dish drainer out, and I'm going to put it right here. All right, so this is what my dishwashing area will look like. My soapy bubbles. I have my washcloth right there. My empty sinks for me to wash my hands in, and my drying rack with a towel underneath and a towel on top for when I have to dry them. Any dirty dishes. All right, so I'm going to wash my hands, and then I'm going to do my mise en place with equipment. All right, so my daughter is helping me. I'm gonna get my mise en place equipment. So I'm gonna get everything out and set it on the counter. So I need my dry measuring cup. Measuring spoons. Culinary class did not put these back correctly. I need 2 bowls. You could just use cereal bowls. You don't need big bowls. Gonna need the microwave. A small liquid measuring cup. A spoon. A knife. Your rubber scraper, and I already have my 2 towels and my washcloth. All right, for my ingredients, I now need to mise en place my ingredients. So most of the time your ingredients will be in between the 2 kitchens. So I will need old-fashioned oats, and I'll tell you the difference in a minute. Instant oats or quick oats, peanut butter, cooking spray, honey, salt. I always keep my salt in the little containers. It is not sugar. Sugar we use more of, salt we use less of. Salt. Chocolate chips. I did not have chocolate chips at home, so I'm just using M&M's minis. And vanilla. Now, it is optional if you would like to make the double chocolate kind. You can use like 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. That is completely fine. And we have that available, but I'm not gonna make the double chocolate ones. I'm just going to make the normal ones. Okay, you're also going to need 2 plates, and you're gonna use the paper plates. That should have gone up in equipment, but yeah. And then I will give you 2 baggies as you leave. All right. Now I can get started on the instructions, which is on the other side. So once you have your equipment out and you have identified what the ingredients are, you're going to continue on to the instructions. All right, so in one of my bowls, I'm going to measure out both of the oats. I need a 1/2 cup of each, so I'm going to find my 1/2 cup. Okay, there's my 1/2 cup. I'm going to leave my others because if I don't have to use them, I'm not going to dirty them because then I'd have to do more dishes. So I'm going to leave them off to the side. So I need a 1/2 cup of my old fashioned, which, yes, it has been opened. Okay, old fashioned oats are bigger. You can actually see the whole oat. Quick oats are not. Okay, so this is measured just like the flour, or the sugar. You dip it in, okay, with your knife, very gently level it off. Put it into that small bowl. And both you and your partner can be doing this. So you're each gonna you're gonna contribute to the one recipe. Okay, so my next one is quick oats. So again, here's quick oats. They've been cut down smaller. All right, I need a 1/2 cup. So again, dip it in until it's overflowing. Use the back of the knife to very carefully level it off. All right, so I have total 1 cup of oats. All right, it says in one of the bowls, measure out both of the oats. Did that. And then we're gonna add a pinch of salt. So a pinch is between the thumb and the forefinger. So I'm gonna get my salt. Just a pinch, not much. And that's it. We're gonna put that off to the side. In the other clear or glass bowl, we do not want to be using metal because if we put metal in the microwave, then it will cause us issues. So I would suggest using the cereal bowl. That will be fine. We're going to measure out 1/4 cup of peanut butter and 1/4 cup of honey. So I need to find my 1/4 cup dry measuring cup, and I will need my liquid measuring cup as well. So I'm gonna do my peanut butter first. Get my peanut butter, and I'm gonna use the rubber scraper. And again, I make this look a whole lot easier. Okay, I'm gonna scoop some up. I'm gonna smush it into my measuring cup. So again, grab some up, smush it in there. Until it's overflowing. Now, you do not need your knife, okay? There is a straight edge on your rubber scraper or rubber spatula. I'm just gonna start at this end, and I'm gonna go level it off. The excess that is on my rubber scraper, I'm gonna put back into the container, not your mouth. All right, this I'm gonna need. So I'm just gonna kind of lean it up against that other bowl. All right, I'm gonna scrape it out. I'm gonna put it into this microwavable bowl here. You could use the spoon. You don't necessarily have to. Depends on what you find easiest. So again, I'm gonna get off all of that on here. All right, just like that. I'm gonna put my peanut buttery measuring cup right into my dishwater. Okay, and now I need to pour or measure out 1/4 cup. So on my liquid measuring cup, I'm gonna find where 1/4 cup is, which should be the lowest marking on the left-hand side. Okay, I'm gonna first spray it with some cooking spray. This way it will make it come out a little bit easier and I'm not sitting there forever trying to get it out. So just a spray, you don't need a whole lot. And then I'm gonna measure my honey, and you need 1/4 of a cup. So again, remember when you're measuring a liquid, get down to eye level. So Casey, you're gonna have to get down to eye level. The honey that you will have is in a big jug and it pours out very, very quickly. All right, so because I kind of have those spray bubbles, it's kind of in the way, but I can see I could put in just a smidgen more. There we go. All right, 1/4 of a cup of honey. Again, get down to eye level, don't do from up here. All right, so I'm gonna pour it in. See how it's coming out very nicely? That's what you want. If it seems kind of stuck, take your rubber scraper, go in there and kind of scrape out the rest of it. You want as much of that as possible. I'm gonna leave my liquid measuring cup out, and I'm gonna put my rubber scraper right in there. So I'm not putting it on my counter. My counters are still clean. We're good. All right, so we're gonna place this bowl in the microwave for about 20 seconds. All right, so how you open it, the handle, you push in and you open it up. You're gonna put your bowl in, and then when you close it, you're gonna turn the dial clockwise up to 20, and it will start. Ten more seconds. 20 seconds takes a while. All right, so I'm gonna take it out. My honey is warmed up. Okay, you can tell that. So now I need to kind of warm up my peanut butter. So I'm gonna use my rubber scraper. It's already dirty. I'm going to stir it up. If your peanut butter, like as it warms up, it should be able to, melt all together. You want this to be smooth. So if you need to pop it back in the microwave for a few seconds, 10 seconds, do so. Do not put it in for a minute thinking, oh yeah, this will be good, because then your energy bites will harden because of that honey. All right, that looks smooth. Now, if you're making the double chocolate chips, you would add 2 tablespoons of your cocoa powder now. I will have to let you know that if you add the 2 tablespoons, you will have to put it in the microwave for about 10 seconds to warm it back up. Some students think that it's way too chocolatey, others like it. All right, so put that back in here. I'm gonna add the vanilla to our mixture. All right, so my vanilla is right here. Now, I'm not gonna pour it over my bowl that has my honey and peanut butter in it, because if I were to overspill, I can't take that out. So I am going to get my 1/4 of a teaspoon. That should be the smallest one. I'm gonna pour it over my cup that I already have dirtied. Okay, 1/4 of a teaspoon goes right in. And again, stir it up. All right. We're going to mix our oats with the peanut butter and honey mixture until it's all mixed together. I'm gonna need a bigger bowl because if I try to mix that with that, I'm gonna have more issues. I'm gonna make more of a mess. So I'm gonna get one of my metal bowls out. Maybe, yep. Because then that way I have a bigger area. Pour my oats in there with my salt. Use my rubber scraper, and I'm gonna get all of that into there. So the bowl is a little warm, but it's not like majorly hot. Okay, I'll get the rest of this out. Get as much of it out of the bowl as you possibly can. So I'm gonna put this right into the dishwater, and I'm also going to put my liquid measuring cup into the water as well. Get them soaking. Okay, I'm gonna mix this together. So just move the spoon back and forth. I use the rubber scraper, but if you wanted to, you could also use the spoon. We will be using the spoon in a minute or two. So the honey and the peanut butter are kind of cooking the oats, I guess, if you want to say. But because it's moisture, it will keep them moist. All right, so once it's all mixed together, it says to add in your chocolate chips. Okay, again, I didn't have mini MINI chips at home, but I do have some red, white, and blue from 4th of July. They're still good. They're still good. All right, so I need a half a cup, which it might seem like a lot, but it's not. Okay, so again, here's my half a cup. Because I don't want to, I've already used it before, I'm just gonna pour my chocolate chips, AKA mini M&Ms, into there. Okay, half a cup. Pour it right on in. I'm finished with my measuring cup, so I'm gonna put that in my dishwater. Close up my bag of mini M&Ms. All right, it says add in the chocolate chips and we're going to mix it. So this is the final mix. Make sure that all of those chocolate chips slash M&Ms get in there. All right. Does it look good, Casey? Like it's all mixed up? Okay. Everything is all mixed up. Now, before we divide the mixture into balls or bites, I'm going to wash my hands first, and then I'm going to, after I rinse, I'm not going to dry them off with a paper towel, because we have found that our hands need to be wet for this next part, or else you're gonna have a big, sticky, goopy mess. Okay, so I'm gonna wash my hands. All right, so I washed my hands. Make sure that you rinse really well, because you don't want some of your bites or energy balls to taste like soap. So I'm going to take my 2 plates. So again, me and my partner, my daughter. And I'm gonna leave my spoon, my rubber scraper in here. And I'm gonna take my spoon and I'm going to get all of that goodness off. We're gonna need it. Put that again right into the dishwater. And now I'm gonna start making them into balls or bites, however you wanna say it. You can decide how big you want them. So I'm just kind of putting it into a ball. You don't have to roll it up because then sometimes it doesn't roll up, but that water really helps to keep it stuck together. So you can do 5, your partner do 5. I'm just taking a small amount. Okay, maybe chocolate chip, maybe the M&Ms won't work so well. It leaves your hands. So I'm just, again, one hand to the other, pushing it together. If you find that your hand, it's sticking to your hands a little bit, go back to the sink, not with your fingers, but with the top of your hand. Wet them again. That's going to prevent it from sticking. All right, so I'm gonna keep doing this. Casey's gonna pause it and then you will see all of my bites all done. All right, so I used it all. My hands are still kind of wet and gross looking, but I was able to get 13 bites. Okay, I gave my daughter extra because, you know, and then I got the rest of the M&Ms because, you know, I'm sweet like that. All right, so I'm going to put these. One will go in each of the bags. So open up the bag. Start putting it in a little bit, and then it's a snug, tight fit. But it does go in there, as you can see. And my daughter and I decided that M&Ms probably are not the best for this, unless you're gonna eat them right away. Which I'll probably take them home for my son and my other daughter and my husband. All right, so I'm gonna put these off to the side. Okay, so then that way I have my counter space. The next thing is to wash and dry your dishes. First, wash your hands, so then that way you don't, again, cross-contamination. You're gonna put them away the same place as you got them. Your teacher, Mrs. Miller and Miss Colby, will be checking to make sure that you put things back in the same place. So remember, look at the pictures that are in each drawer. You're gonna wash your countertops. So again, after you've washed and dried your dishes, you're going to wash your countertops, dry out the sink so that way we don't get any bugs. Flies tend to draw towards water, so we want to keep that water source out. We're going to replenish our towels and washcloths. So I should have 8 towels and 8 washcloths. And my culinary students did not replenish, so I know that. Make sure that you have placed your dirty things, so your apron, your 1 washcloth, and your 2 towels will go into either the pink basket or in the washer if we have it done. Once everything is put away and cleaned, you're going to turn your lab planning sheet in to, again, Mrs. Miller or Miss Colby. That is telling us that you are done and that you want those 10 points. After you leave your kitchen, then you can eat your energy bites. All right, and that's what we are doing this week.